Hey, what's up? This is AJ's house. Thank you for joining me. I am, of course, your host, AJ, and that doesn't actually matter because today I've got the multi-talented, I've got a multi-award-winning deep house music icon. I've got the retro god himself, Chymamusique. What's good, bro?
So many titles, I'm still young, man.
How do you feel about the retro god one?
No, I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
But I understand where it comes from.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Are you well, man?
I'm well, thanks. A little bit of flu, but I'm well, thanks. And how are you, brother?
I'm good, bro. Before we even get started, man, I just want to say big shout out. Thank you for honoring the invite. It's crazy because you've had one massive weekend in Bloemfontein.
Yeah.
And I know you're not 100% up to standard, but you still made a way to come through.
Yeah, no, such opportunities you never miss, especially when content is gonna be captured because it's gonna live for a lifetime. You never know where it's gonna reach. So that's one thing that I taught myself. So I was like, God damn, I must get out of my sick bed and come to this.
No, big shout out. But you know what I even appreciate more, man?
Yeah.
I called you and I was like, I took you out of, you're supposed to be resting practically.
Yeah.
You've got another weekend coming up. It's festive season now.
Yeah.
And I not only asked you for an interview, I asked you for a mix.
Yeah.
And you were busy when I called you, so you might have not even had those things in the car.
Yeah.
You know? But what really, the cherry on top was when you were like, all right, cool, so must I bring my CDJs? I was like, Buffett. There's no way this man is this down to earth. There's absolutely no way. So, man, I just want to say shout out for that. I think it's crazy how down to earth you are. Where does that come from?
Maybe it's because I'm broke.
There's no way you can have so many songs under your title, so many businesses, side gigs and all of that, and you're broke. But I get it. And also you're not like those people that body brandy.
All local, man, but I shall so.
No, I love that. But when you talk about that, I was going through Instagram. Obviously, I follow you, and I was a bit shocked at your following.
Okay.
Because now I understand you've got a catalog.
Yeah.
I understand you're gigging, you booked.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that got left. You've been doing this for almost 20 years now. I'd like to believe.
Yeah, I would say maybe to the house music side, let's say from around 2010.
From 2010, so about 12 years.
I've been learning piano since year 2000 and stuff, but I started going to the house side of things about 2010.
Oh, okay, I get that. Yeah. But it still doesn't explain why you have over 100,000 something followers on Instagram and so many more on Facebook. What do you think inspired all of that?
I think why? I think it's because I started releasing my first song. I think my first song dropped that 2011. But then I've been in the music in a way. I've been playing piano for artists. We had some jazz bands going on. We had wedding music, telling Popo. The ones that Bomakazi and Munata doing. I've been doing that. That's how I started music. So, and also I used to have sound system.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah. That's just so different compared to the sound that you do right now.
Yeah, but I still work with them, obviously, because I play keys at church. Also, I used to play keys at church. I used to have a sound system. I remember Brazil Africa used to be my DJ who would do all those 6 to 6 bashes.
Yeah.
I was still young then, but I never knew that it's gonna get to a point where now I can actually have my own studio and make songs. And so the whole following started from back then. I think it started from church, jazz bands, and it's been a build-up of many things.
I see. All right, no man, I think it's cool because when you say you started at church and all of that, I was listening to is it Musique or Musique because of
Musique,
that. Hey, your spelling sometimes is always a bit. Why do you do that? Why is Chymamusique with the QUE and your album also with the QUE?
The whole Q thing, I think I just like because it's different. You can't just say music.
Yeah,
it's different, and I'm happy I see so many people are starting to use the Q at the end of their names. I'm like, wow, beautiful.
Trendset. No, man, I dig that so much. So I'm just going back to not the beginning of your career, but like when you first broke. Was it Lost in Words that was your first massive song that actually put you in and made us know Chymamusique today?
Yes, and the remix. Actually, I could say that. Yeah, that was my first single. Yeah.
Okay, and then how did that come about? Like, how did it become a hit? Was there something did someone put you on? Was it you just released music and it just caught on fire? Do you know what actually happened?
It just pushed itself because I released it under my own label because labels were rejected.
You've been independent since then?
Yeah, I was still in tertiary with that. So, I tried to send it to labels, but the labels rejected it. They said it's too soulful, it's too soft. You know?
If they knew. Hey, if they
I
knew.
released it, and then some years later, they start to want to license it. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then that's when it started growing. So even now, I think on my streams, it's still the highest.
It's still pushing. Yeah. Was that House Africa?
Soul Candy.
It was Soul Candy.
Yeah, Soul Candy.
Okay. I see. And then with the what's this? He keeps me safe. That's like your latest, man.
Yeah,
and that's also so beautiful.
Yeah, it's also one of the songs that I've done with the boy Bastino and Lindo, because I always work with guys who are just starting up. Because I'm scared of the superstars, man. They'll say I'm coming and not coming.
Yeah, I know that. I thought you were gonna pull that today.
Nah.
Because we were like 1 o'clock, and then I think at like 1:45, I'm trying to get you food. You know, your hospitality sorted out. I'm like, all right, cool. So what do you want to eat? And then you're like, hey son, can I get one? And I was like, hey, guys.
I stay alone in a house. So I ran the whole thing. So I was on a holiday from Monday until yesterday. So now my house is a mess, and I have to. My helper is just cleaning. There's no sunlight. So now I must go to the shop. And then next thing I've got flu. I've got a to-do list. I've got a car that's somewhere else. They are sorting it out. So I must go there and run. And my generator is not working. I go to Leroy Man. Next thing, I look at the time. When you called me, you helped me because it was out of my mind completely. Yeah, so you helped. And that's when I started saying, oh damn,
I need to move.
I need to move.
Yeah, I think you must get a wife to help with some of these things.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that you got your heart broken not too long ago.
Yeah, but it's not really broken. I think it's just disappointment because people think they'll support you, and they're all one coming to take. So that's the new generation of our women.
With social media, even
soft life. Yeah. So I don't think it's. But yeah, I think I've got someone now already. I don't take too long to heal. So
you've got the music to do the healing for you.
Yeah, the music heals me. 2 months, 3 months, I move on, bro. So I've got someone now who seems very supportive. I'm like, oh wow.
No. Okay. So how do you know that she's here for you and not Chymamusique? Chymamusique.
Because I realized that she's been trying to talk to me for quite some while, and I've been ignoring her, looking at the other people. I'm like, how? So many years?
It's consistent.
I've been sleeping on you. All right.
What's your type? I'd like to know. Just off topic. Just what is she like? Because I know you're not gonna post it. And
I don't like people who are out there. I want people who've got their own lives. I want someone who knows that they can stay at home. I can go to a gig and will take care of the house. Because most of the time we're always in the streets, man. I don't want someone following me all the time.
Wanting to be that gig
and who's commenting on my pictures. Counting. I don't want someone. I want someone who's got their own life. Yeah.
She's probably older than you, né?
No.
She's not.
She's not.
Do you know why I say that?
Yeah.
Because I see you, Amagrootman, so many times, and Wikipedia says you're 32, and I don't believe that.
I am. Yeah, I think most of my exes were older than me. Most of my exes.
I see.
But I thought I was going for them because they're tired of the street. And
they're just getting started.
They're just getting started. So I might as well just go for the younger ones. There were younger ones who were dedicated to their jobs, to their schools, to their families, families that groom them to know that they value family. Because there are people who don't value family. Some people just hate their fathers. So for you to really have that person as your partner who's gonna respect you, this person hate the father doesn't respect men at all. He says men are trash, men are dogs. As a dog, you
already know red flags.
Already they'll revenge on you. So I really think people need to heal first and get this much needed help. So before you guys just jump in.
Hey! Yeah, no, hey, I must save this clip for when I'm going through things, eh? When I'm looking for a person to know that, hey, this is the checklist. Eh? No. I am definitely not
What are you looking for a person?
Okay. Cut. Yeah, no, that one is going off completely. Anyway, the reason I was asking if she's older, like I said, like you always live Amagrootman, and like when I read you like when I was just doing some research, I noticed like that you were actually a lot younger than I thought. Yeah. Because you actually carry yourself very professionally and very maturely, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted to know. There's a lot of new school deep cats. Mm-hmm. And there's obviously the OGs.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you fall?
I'm in both sides.
Both sides,
so, yeah, my character allows me to fall both sides.
It does. It really does. But who are you relating to? Because there's not that there's a new sound per se, but there's obviously as time goes, new types of sounds are created. You know, like I know Chronicle Deep is what you played a few of his tracks in your set. Yeah. Do you relate more? Like I know you fall both sides, but like if you were to say, "This is who I am," where would you fall?
Amagrootman side.
Amagrootman side.
Yeah. That's where I got my inspiration. You know, the jazz OGs.
Your music is very soulful. So no, that makes complete sense, man. That makes complete sense. All right. So your biggest song, if I'm right, is it the Speak Lord remix?
Biggest.
What's your biggest song?
I don't have a biggest song.
No, you are a 3-time award.
I'll say
summer award winner. There has to be big songs.
Big song. I never make big songs, man. Even when I'm going to studio, I never make big. I think with the summers, what happened is because when I construct an album, it's got a meaning from track 1 to the last track, which is how they give their awards. They'll I believe they play the CD there. And then they put music experts the other side. They listen, have album maybe 30 seconds of each song as it builds together, and you can hear that this person really knows. It's got their own sound, and there's a message. There's a message, and they're like, okay, this album. So when they say that someone is a winner, they don't look at who's this person. No, they just give ticks like, okay, you listen, and it's many people, the music experts. They're music experts.
So. Where does it fall? Because I know sometimes we also vote with the summers. So is it more votes, or is it more like you're saying they're actually critiquing the music?
It was more than anything. It was the music compilers who do the judging. From what I had heard.
Yeah. I think that makes sense, because in any case, I was looking at it, and I was looking at you as a brand, and I was like, even if it came down to votes, you have a cult following, man. You've got those people that follow you like
silently,
not even silently, but like you have diehard fans. You're not necessarily a pop star, but you are in the commercial industry. You know, you are out there and all of that. But do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like even if it was to come down to votes, it would still be deserved.
Yeah, because I've won with votes before in 2014. So it's not like I would say if it was votes, it was going to be any different. True. And more than anything, because I don't carry myself as superstar. That also works for me, because people vote for me saying, this one is kind and he works hard, No. Some other people won't even post and say, please vote for me, because of their ego.
Of course.
I would post and say, vote for me. I would go home.
You've got that.
And say, go and take a walk in Cosmo Street. I don't mind, I can do that. Some other people can't even walk, they need bodyguard.
Yeah, of course. Also, you're not attracted to that life, supreme fame and all of that. But I'm sure you get it. You must get stopped everywhere. Can't walk through a mall comfortably too much. But you're also always wearing a cap, so I mean.
No, maybe they stop me, but then they realize that's how normal and boring. They want to tell us,
oh yeah. Of course.
And then they get bored because people like chasing what's running away. When they don't run away,
they come here.
They're like, nice song, man. Sure, thanks. Bye.
But don't you also think that's the reason you have such a loyal following? Because I read somewhere again that you release only 3 times a year an album, and you believe that's your lucky number.
I release album every 3 years.
Every 3 years.
So I feel like this award will prove. Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one problem with the awards.
Pardon?
I have one problem.
One? What is?
I feel like you were supposed to also be nominated for Best Gospel. Don't you think?
Best gospel.
Think about it. Don't you think?
Because also for you to be nominated, you have to enter.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't enter for
Yeah, I
that.
didn't enter for that.
No, you should have done it really before, eh? It would have been before. Because I mean, like.
Most of the songs are gospel.
Yeah, even the album, I listened to it and I was like, there's a lot of, there's a lot of scripture here. There's a lot of word.
And that's
Like
where
it's church for
that's
me.
where I'm gonna end up at, actually, gospel side.
You think?
So I'm just introducing it now.
Plus the retro sound, really, has got
so I'm
that,
introducing
you
it
like
to
to
that
listen
slowly. Yeah, that's why when I retire from house at 40, that's where I'm going.
Hi, please don't retire. What will you be left with?
No, there are many guys, man. South Africa's got talented producers.
There's a lot of talent.
I don't
eh?
produce much anymore. All I do is mostly mix and master. Like, wow, such beautiful music.
I saw you also mix and master like the piano tracks. And
Yeah, no,
you don't discriminate.
those are my biggest clients.
Really?
Yeah, more than house guys. I think it's because the piano guys they're making money, so they pay. So the house guys, most of us, we're stuck underground.
Yeah.
We don't have money, we don't get booking. So the piano guy can drop one song and get 100 gigs. So they don't mind paying.
Yeah. Don't you believe or feel like the piano guys deserve their own category at the summers?
I think they don't have.
No.
And they also have their own Amapiano awards.
They have their own Amapiano awards, but I feel like it would make sense for them to be represented with the best Amapiano, whatever, and have their own.
What about Deep House? So
But then
if
you
do that
can say that, but Amaroto, what would you describe them as? Quite or Amapiano?
Amarot.
Amaroto. I don't know Amaroto.
No, I'll take them as Amarot.
I'm sorry that you didn't realize.
Okay, I get that.
Amarot, yeah.
Amaroto. Okay,
Yeah, so
no, I
that's what
understand.
they call themselves.
I get it.
But I believe it's Amapiano, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That I feel like the summers, if they're listening, I think that would be like a big deal. But nevertheless, congratulations, man, on those awards. I feel like
Thank you
that's
very
a
much. But
big.
if you start giving every sub-genre category, it's going to get complicated. Remember, there was home, there's tribal house, so each one, and remember, they come and go. No matter how long it takes, they come and go. Yeah.
Hey, but this come and go of piano has been a topic
it
for
can
quite some time, eh?
Yeah, it's been a topic. But check piano is changing now. It's becoming house again.
It is, no? That must make you excited.
Pardon?
That must make you excited.
Yeah. Back to it all started.
Of course.
Yeah.
Talking about different genres, I wanted to ask. I see one of your associates, Kojo Akusa, said he made a Facebook post. He's like, Chymamusique is growing success, makes it clear that it's good to stick in your lane. What do you think really works for you? Is it just sticking in your lane?
Yeah.
Or it's just a matter of, or maybe it's the same thing, like consistency in when it comes to releasing. But it contradicts, because when you say you release every 3 years an album, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think works for you as a formula?
My formula, I think I'll have that album every 3 years, no? But in between I'll have an EP, I'll have remixes, I'll have collaborations for other people's albums. And also, I think more than anything, with the music that I try to make, I make a song that you'll listen to maybe for a longer time.
Yes.
So it doesn't expire. Some songs that are on the album, if you listen to them, they'll only be relevant next year.
So would you say what works for you is the fact that you produce timeless music?
Yeah, I try to make it timeless so that I'm not out of people's ears.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's why you've also been in the industry for so long, because there's some of your songs I thought like for example, He Keeps Me Safe.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was a song that was released this year.
Really?
I honestly did.
Yep.
I honestly did.
Oh.
And it was last year or the year before? Last year, no?
I'll check, but
Is that
might be 2 years. Yeah, so just Many people start to pick some songs that we made, like the song, the remix I've done for Louis Vega. Some people are like, "Oh, we never knew you'd done a remix for Louis Vega. We never knew you'd worked with Monique Bingham 5 years ago." I'm like, wow. So it's beautiful that they're all coming now. So it's like every song I make, now I can safely call it an investment for the future. So in the future, it can still be played. It can be used maybe for a movie somewhere. My kids will eat while I'm gone.
What I'm saying is that if that invoice comes in now of your new album, just know most of it was me because it's hitting me now only. Now
really?
It's trapping me, hard.
And it's
hard.
It's such a soulful album. I listen to it most of the time. I'm like, actually this album is not a hit. It's personal. I think the person who listens to musical. It's personal. It's not an album that you're gonna go and make noise and make trend on social media. No, it hits you alone and you're like,
Nah, man, your songs deserve to trend, man.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but no, it
but trends don't last, man.
Okay, fair enough, but it deserves that heat and it must just stay consistent. Maybe it'll go down slow. You know those songs that go down slowly. Like, I mean, you played some classics in your set, for example, you know? Like, that's what I'm trying to say, that it deserves to be like in our faces all the time. And then if it declines, it can decline slowly over 10 years or whatever.
But don't you get tired of something that's always in your face?
Did you see me get tired of your set? Like, it's not necessary. I get where you're coming from.
But I understand your question. Remember, you mentioned the title of a song called "Lost in Words." You listen to it today; it still sounds relevant, even now. Hard.
Another one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you when I discovered that song. You'll be too embarrassed. I've heard it, but I was like, only now, like not even recently, but. When you play it now, it gives off that impression that this is a new song. People vibe to it like it's a new song. And apart from that, I mean, I can tell the quality that you give your music, or your mixing experience, that the song sounds relevant, it's current, it's now. So I guess in that sense... No, we're talking about
Lost in Words.
Lost in Words. Oh, yeah. Man.
Then he says he doesn't have a big song. Do you know how many songs is this? Big songs.
No, his kids are good. His kids are good for some time. Do you have kids?
No. How? I don't.
What are you waiting for? The right person.
The right time.
And the right time. Okay. That's all good. Before we close, thank you so much, Nam. I just want to check, Nam.
All right.
Chymamusique versus Monique Bingham.
I haven't sat down with Portia, so I'll give it to Monique Bingham. Yeah.
Okay. Chronicle Deep versus FKA Mash.
Tough one. I'll give it to Chronicle Deep.
Nice.
Okay, we have that battle all the time, but I get you. But what's the reason behind that?
Remember, FKA Mesh, we only started knowing him probably less than 5 years ago. That's me. Yeah, so I feel like when I play my sets, Chronicle dominates. But when it comes to quality, they all do quality work when they are. Those guys are talented. I always feel like I wish I can be as half talented as like those guys in the couple. I'm like, yo.
I don't know what to say about that, but okay.
No, man, those guys are talented, you know.
No? Yeah, okay. They're very talented. They're very talented, man. I love how you give people their flowers, man. I think it's dope. And then the last one, if they were to come back today and they wanted to sign you, or you were to sign your legacy album, would you sign it to House Africa or Soul Candy?
The House Africa.
Oh, the House Africa?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's why at least got, when I think of my royalty statements, that's why I was stating.
Oh, they give you that attention,
I had to follow up and be like, guys, how's my... Yeah.
All right, final one from Bobby and then we close.
Yeah, I see. My final one is I see prior to you going to Bloemfontein, you were in studio with Rafgam and Kanyani.
Yeah.
Should we expect anything from you?
Yeah, we are planning something quite different. Music made by three of us and lots of other big guys.
So it's going to be a project between Kanyani,
Rafgam,
and myself, and Chyma.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's powerful.
It's gonna
Wow.
be something different.
Oh, that's powerful. Do you have a title?
Not yet.
Not
We
yet.
still need to have our meeting and discuss what we need to do.
Jeez, that's exciting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
something
shout out, shout
different,
out.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I know I said this is my last one, but
Okay.
don't you burn out though, like energy wise, when it comes to you mix and master for people, you've got your own projects to work on, the gigs, and you said you also do your house at home or your house chores yourself
And also
sometimes. Yeah.
someone's partner also.
Yes, yes.
My
That, like,
mother's
energy wise,
son,
I know a
yeah.
lot of like exhaustion can help you, man. Like
Yeah, it's
how
bad.
do you?
It's bad. It's bad. Actually, I get drained, but fortunately, because I believe in God, so my church is an escape.
Amen.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so
I go to church and he says amen. I go to church and I come back feeling refreshed. So sometimes I just disappear a little bit.
Umrut.
They say I've got a calling, so that's where it's gonna. Apparently, that's where my life is gonna end up. But yeah.
And your church, the day you decide to follow your calling, you're gonna play or speak Lord at your church. I'm going to.
Yeah. That's how it all started. And the kids listen to house at church.
Yeah,
right?
why not actually?
Yeah.
Why not? I
So they
know.
don't have to go to the streets and get the whole human trafficking thing that happens and shootings.
yeah.
So they can come to church and still enjoy a house. I would do that actually. Come to think of it.
Hey man, that'll be the first time I go to church this whole year. But anyway, thank you for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. Big shout out to Chymamusique for joining us. This is AJ's house. Do like, subscribe, follow all of us. Let's do this for house music. We out.